All right, welcome everybody to another episode of Last Word on Football podcast. And this week, as you can probably notice, well, he's putting his shit away over there. Yeah, it's our Christmas special podcast with a lot of special stuff going down this week. Not
yeah,
really. Yeah,
probably not that special.
Yeah,
pretty much everything we could have guessed that was going to happen this week happened.
Pretty much.
Jason Garrett has been fired.
He should be.
He hasn't been fired yet, but I'm saying it now preemptively, so that hopefully when this comes out, he will have been fired.
I really hope so.
How can you not fire him?
You have to after this. You have to fire him.
It was a pathetic loss, too.
It was brutal.
Dude, I talk so much shit about Carson Wentz because I don't think he's that great. I don't think he's as great as everyone thinks he is, but the Cowboys make him look fucking good. Dude threw for like 320 yards today.
Well, I mean, that game wasn't
kills the Cowboys.
Great. Yeah, he still didn't play great. The game was a snooze fest. It was, 9-17?
17-9,
yeah.
And the Cowboys had a chance to score at the end.
Yeah.
They turned it over.
Yeah, turned it over on downs. Yeah, Wentz did have a decent, actually a pretty good game. Yeah, 31-40, 319, and one touchdown. Decent, I guess. Also, Miles Sanders had a pretty good game, too, 79 yards.
Don't remind me. My sister's boyfriend has...
Oh, really?
Miles on his fantasy team. I absolutely got my ass kicked in the fantasy football finals in my other league this week. It's a 2-week playoff. The finals is.
Oh, right.
And he had like 300. He has like 340 points right now, and I have like 227. He would have destroyed anybody he played in our league.
340?
Yeah.
Didn't you do pretty good last week though?
I was behind by 50 at the end of the week last week. I had to make up 50 points, and his team went off again. He had Christian McCaffrey. He had Lamar Jackson and Christian McCaffrey, so there's not...
Oh, yeah. Not much coming back.
I mean, I have Michael Thomas and Travis Kelce, but they can't both score 50 points every week.
Yeah, they had decent games, but no, not quite enough. How did Dak Zeke had a terrible game.
I saw Dak had to throw a lot. He threw like 44
passes.
Times.
44. He only had 265, no touchdowns, no picks. Of course, there was only field goals, 3 field goals from them, all they could muster. Let's see, Cooper again, 4 catches, 24 yards, because he always disappears in big games and drops crucial passes, which is why we traded him away. Have fun with that.
Yeah.
Do you think he's going to re-sign?
Amari?
Yeah.
In Dallas? Yeah.
They better. That would be such a waste of a first-round pick if they just lose him.
Yeah.
They have him for 2 years. And neither year do anything with him.
Sorry, I was spacing a little bit when you asked me that. I was trying to watch these highlights really quick as we're talking about it.
Oh yeah, that was it right there. They just showed the 4th and 8. And it's funny because the Eagles secondary is terrible. Like, how did they not just get lit up?
8 and 7
because it's the Cowboys.
So the Philadelphia loses next week and Dallas wins. Who has the tiebreaker? Does Dallas get the tiebreaker?
That's a good question because they're 1-1 now.
If you're tied and you split the season series, what's the tiebreaker? Is it
it's probably
how you do in your division,
like
divisional wins?
Yeah, then it goes from that. I don't know who's better in that regards. Probably Dallas because I feel like they've won most of their divisional games. Philly's probably dropped 1 or 2. I
know Philadelphia for sure lost to the Redskins.
Yeah,
they lost.
Yeah, they lost to the Redskins. I'm pretty sure Dallas swept the Redskins. Probably the Giants, too. So.
I can't think of any of the Giants-Eagles games this year and what happened, what the outcome was.
Remember the Giants-Eagles, that was on Monday night, and they barely won with Eli Manning. And it was supposed to be
that was like 2 weeks ago, wasn't it?
It was supposed to be, here's Manning's final drive to win the game, and he couldn't do it. It was like, that game was terrible. The NFC East in general is just terrible. Period.
Saquon's putting on a show, though. He had a really good day today. Too little, too late, but...
Yeah, maybe he could have done that for me earlier in the year, and I could have had a better shot at making the playoffs. On the positive note, the Cowboys doing terrible is good for our league. It's good for our league.
It's good for America.
It's good for America. It's good for the Iron Gang Fantasy Football League because Daniel Loose Change had Dak and Zeke, right? And they're your main guys.
Yeah,
2 of your big guys, and
big guys.
So he officially lost. Yeah, he's done for. Bye. Well, it's not official, but you're not coming back.
No, I've definitely lost.
Yeah,
you're going to win your money back. I mean, you're going to win your money back though, so that's
that's nice. Chicken dinner.
I tell you what, I probably got to give you another $20 for all the acquisitions that I made this year.
Yeah.
You have that? Do you have that calculated yet, or
It's on there. Yeah,
Oh, you
it
have
shows
it, you
it
said
shows everybody's moves. Yeah.
So you just got to go through in the end and write down. Okay, this is how many moves you made.
Yeah,
and it's
this
$1
will
for
pay
each
up.
one.
Yeah, everybody fucking knows.
What's the payout going to be? What's how much
I
money is
haven't
this guy going to
calculated
win,
it
Richie?
yet. Yeah.
What do you think? Over $600?
Well, for one, because last year he didn't get most of his winnings, so he didn't have to pay his buy-in. But I'm not like making up for that.
You paid for his buy-in this
But
year.
I'm not paying that back out. That's $50 I don't have. I considered it, but I was like, I don't have $50 more. That would be my buy-in as a commish was $100. So
did you just make him not buy in?
Yeah, I just let him not buy in. So
okay.
So he's gonna get $400 just off of that, and then Daniel gets his money back, and then he gets whatever the free. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be at least like 150. Like I probably made 20 moves at least. You made 20. Like another little bit.
I don't know if I made 20. I would say I probably made 10 to 15 for sure.
Well, I know I was looking for a quarterback. Like probably my first like 7 weeks at least. I tried to get a new quarterback every week. I just swapped between and wide receivers. So we'll see. But that's cool. I mean, I'm glad with that. Saquon finally doing something. Mark Andrews had a good day for me too.
Coors is not as good as PBR.
Coors is terrible.
I was just drinking this and I was like, it's got a very skunky taste to it.
Skunky taste. That's one thing. If I have to drink cheap beer, I'll go Pabst.
I guess Coors is never going to sponsor this podcast then.
I hope they don't.
Good. Bye. I don't want you guys to
I'm
sponsor us.
I'm not endorsing this at all. Don't think this is an endorsement. I don't want your sponsorship.
There's one unopened if you want it.
No, it's okay. I'm already drinking this one. And
I thought you just said that was the last one.
Yeah, I have the last one.
But you didn't open it yet?
No,
he
I just
put
have
it
it on deck.
He put it right here so he wouldn't have to get up from behind the camera to go to the fridge and get it.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I can get behind that.
That's what I used to do when we would film it back at your place.
Yeah.
I'd keep one sitting right down here below the desk.
Oh yeah, that's smart. Hey, but speaking of Saquon and everything, game of the week, Giants Redskins in overtime? Not even.
What was the game of the week this week? Is this the game of the week right now? No.
I don't know.
It was probably the Eagles-Cowboys game.
That game was boring.
I don't know.
Game was.
I didn't watch it.
I don't know. There weren't a lot of like really crazy games. Maybe yesterday's the San Francisco against the Rams. That one was close at least.
Yeah, that was a good game.
There wasn't a lot. Maybe New Orleans Titans was pretty good. That one was solid.
Yeah, I saw the final score of that, but I was checking the scores periodically throughout the game just to check up on how Thomas was doing.
Right.
And it didn't seem like they were blowing the Titans out.
No, it was close throughout.
The Titans were hanging tough.
Yeah, it was pretty close throughout.
They're 8-7. They have a potential to have a winning season, but it'd suck for them to go 8-8. I kind of want the Titans to go to make the playoffs.
They still have a shot.
They're in the playoffs right now. They have the second wild card spot.
As of now, they do.
But the only other team that can catch them is Oakland. But
I can't
who do you guys
believe
play next week? The Chiefs?
Broncos. Yeah. Winnable game, but also losable game. But we still need help to win. I know today we needed...
Titans have to lose.
Yeah, Titans, Colts have to win, and Steelers have to lose again. I think basically the same that happened last week.
Didn't the Steelers get
Or
throttled?
if all of them lose or something. Huh?
Didn't the Steelers get hammered today?
We didn't get hammered, but they lost.
Oh, no. Oh, sorry. It was the Panthers that got hammered by the
Yeah.
Colts. Did you see their special teams and their defense had 4 touchdowns?
No,
they had 2 blocked... I don't know if it was field goals or punts, but I saw that in their stat line they had 2 blocked punts returned for touchdowns.
That's terrible.
And then they had 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, and then they had... Yeah, Naheem Hines had 2 punt return touchdowns.
That's what it was,
Like,
punt return touchdowns.
Wow.
And then Christian McCaffrey still puts up almost 40 points in fantasy.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
He still had over 150 yards from scrimmage or something. But
Receiving.
Yeah,
And he had like 90 yards rushing, too.
Yep.
He had 15 receptions. That was another
Really?
thing
He
that
had
really...
15?
Yeah, he had a lot of
Damn.
receptions.
He probably did, yeah. Yeah, that's a lot.
How can nobody stop this guy? I mean, that is considered stopping him.
Yeah, exactly.
90 yards rushing and 150 yards through the air.
Yeah,
or
if you
something
could
like
keep
that.
him around 150 yards from scrimmage, he didn't score.
Yeah.
So that's a plus, I guess. You kept him out of the end zone. So
15
cool.
catch. Yeah. Let me check this out real quick. I'll grab my phone.
I have his stats somewhere. I didn't know he had 15. Let me see. Where I got him at. Oh, no. I only put he just had 150 plus yard scrimmage. I didn't get the details.
He had 119 yards receiving, 54 yards rushing, and 15 receptions. That was his stat line.
15 receptions. That's crazy.
That's a lot.
How do you have... You know why, too? It's because DJ Moore, who was the their other most targeted guy, who gets like 12 targets a game, went out
Whoa.
with a concussion pretty
What
early.
the heck happened here? There was a huge stat correction on Indy's defense.
Really?
They had 41 points earlier, and it said they had 4 touchdowns. Now they dropped it to 2. How did they stat correct that down to 2? Was there just a mistake earlier? So they did have 2 punt returns, but they didn't have 2 pick sixes.
Must not have.
They took the pick sixes off. Maybe they were just put in there by mistake. Maybe they never actually had them.
Which one is you? Are you Florida man?
I'm not Florida man.
I am. Be a good name. That's why you didn't fucking.
I'm
win.
Golden God. I'm Dennis Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Yeah, look at my opponent's team.
That's crazy. Okay, McCaffrey, Jackson, Miles Sanders, yeah, George Kittle. He still has Devontae Adams, who he can still put up like another 30 points on you, man. That's
and he's got Dalvin Cook on his bench.
Oh yeah, because he's out.
He had a really good draft this year. Everything kind of fell into his lap, but nobody expected McCaffrey and Dalvin Cook to be as good as they are.
No, I mean most people. There are a lot of McCaffrey truthers, but I don't think there were many that expected that. Yeah. How about So this was hilarious. The guy on my website, Last Word on Sports, that I write for, Al. Hope you're watching this, Al. All of a sudden, he comes in the chat and he's like, "Oh my God, this game is amazing! It's the best game I've seen in years." I was like, "Are you on drugs or something?"
Which game is he referring to?
The Giants-Redskins game. That's why I said game of the week, jokingly. I was like, "Wow, why are you getting so excited about the Giants-Redskins?" Even as a fan, like, come on.
I mean,
I guess
it was high scoring. I mean, if you like an offensive shootout.
Yeah. Well, Saquon had like almost 300 yards from scrimmage. Daniel Jones threw for 5 touchdowns, 325 and 3 touchdowns.
No picks?
No picks. Then you also had
that stat line's not right. The Andy Dalton one?
It's right. Andy Dalton one is right.
Andy Dalton threw for 396 yards and 4 TDs.
Yeah. Dude, did you see
Who did the Bengals play today?
They played the Dolphins. Remember we'd been hyping up this toilet bowl game?
That's right.
Dude, so
Watch it?
No, I didn't watch it. Why would I watch that game?
I had it on Red Zone, so I see all of that stuff.
What was the score of that game?
This game was ridiculous. Let me tell you what happened. So at one point, I think it was it went to overtime, 35-35. But with like about 2 minutes left, the Bengals were down 16 points. 16 points.
So they had to score twice and then get
they scored
the 2-point and then pick the onside.
They scored a touchdown, freaking score the 2-point conversion, recover the onside kick. Then, like, last second, they throw a bomb into the touchdown. Eifert catches it. They go for 2. And then Dalton himself runs it in for the 2-point conversion to take it to overtime. The announcers are already saying, well, the Bengals are on the clock for the number 1 overall pick. They just had to lose that game. So why? Dalton was like, heck no, we're not getting Burrow. I'm trying to stay here.
Yeah, he's like, I don't want to lose my job to a fucking kid fresh out of college.
I couldn't believe it. They tried. I mean, the game went down to
They're drafting Joe Burrow, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so now, I mean, the Dolphins ended up winning with the field goal towards the end. So
it was 38-35?
Yeah, they secured the number 1 overall pick. Fitzmagic over there had 4 touchdowns as well. So 4 touchdowns. Where did Dalton's stats?
Hey, anybody can look like a really good quarterback if you're playing a shitty team.
Yeah.
Fitzpatrick and Dalton are just airing it out today.
Yeah, it was.
Where was that game? In Cincinnati or down in Miami?
I think it was in Cincinnati. I'm not 100% on that one. Yeah, it was pretty funny. One guy to take a look at next year for all the fantasy people drafting is Mike Gesicki of the Dolphins. He's been coming on real nicely. 82 yards, 2 touchdowns today. Just kind of people's stat. I actually have him in my dynasty league too. I grabbed him on my taxi squad. So someone to keep an eye on when they have a real quarterback. Although, so Fitzpatrick, I think, is the first player to throw for 4+ touchdowns on like 4 different teams or something.
Well, he's been on like 11.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure in an earlier podcast we went through and named all the teams he was on. He was on like 8 or 9 different teams.
Oh yeah. So and then you hear back to the other game, the other toilet bowl type game with the Redskins and Giants. Adrian Peterson had another. He had a touchdown, but 2.5 yards per carry, 36 yards on 15 carries. He said he wants to come back next year. What do you think about that?
I don't really have an opinion. He's not Adrian Peterson from 2011.
Yeah.
Or
I guess if he wants to keep playing.
What was the year he had 2,000 yards rushing?
Oh, man, that was back in the day.
Was it 2011? I can't remember.
Might have been.
Or something like that when they went to the Super Bowl or the
Yeah.
NFC Championship game with
Yeah.
Favre and they lost to the Saints.
You know what I'm pretty sad about, though, is Bills Mafia falling short against the Patriots.
Yeah, New England does what New England has been doing for like the last 2 decades, won their division. How many
Yeah.
consecutive division titles do they have?
I think it's 11.
11 consecutive
Yeah,
of
I'm
division
pretty sure
titles?
It's 11. That's ridiculous. I mean, most of their division's been ass for like most of that time, but even still, I mean, to win, I mean that.
So there's been a handful of times in my life where somebody else in that division was good. The Jets had a couple of really good teams back in the day. Like they lost in the
They
AFC
had
Championship
Chad
game.
Pennington.
Well, yeah, and they had when they first got Mark Sanchez,
Yeah,
they were pretty
'cause
good. Like they had
that
Darrell
defense,
Revis, yeah,
yeah.
because Rex Ryan was the coach and he would blitz all the fucking time.
Yeah, those were good times.
But there were a couple. The year that Green Bay went to the Super Bowl, the Jets lost in the AFC Championship game, and then I think a couple years before that, they were 12-4, lost in the AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
And then I've never remembered Buffalo being good ever in my life.
yeah, they've been coming on strong. Like
When's the last time Buffalo made the playoffs?
they made it 2 years ago. Remember that it was the year when they had a Tyrod Taylor versus I believe it was the Jags when they played, and the game was just like
That's the year
the
the Jaguars went to the AFC Championship game.
Yeah,
right, 2
yeah,
years
they
ago?
lost to them in that championship. They went
I'll
as
be
a
honest
wild
with you, I
card.
don't remember it.
It was
I probably didn't watch. I
It was
guarantee
like
you I
a
didn't
really
watch it.
low scoring game. I mean, they both went because of their defenses and both with not the best quarterbacks. Yeah. How about John Brown for them? You think he's the number one guy? We were having that debate in the NFL chat. John Brown with the Bills.
If he's the number one,
If he's a legit number one receiver,
I mean,
in the NFL for a team.
I don't know who the wide receivers of the Buffalo Bills are, so I mean,
He's their number one.
He could be.
Yeah, he has over 1,000 yards this year. I mean,
62
I guess.
yards a game. That's all you need to get.
Yeah, exactly. He only had one catch, 53 yards, and a touchdown last week. Beasley, they got Cole Beasley. You know, he's over there.
Yeah, I
catching
remember
a lot of
him. He's a
passes.
good slot receiver. I mean, he
Yeah.
was for Dallas back in the day. I don't know what his stats are for this year,
I
but
think he's doing even
that
better
guy was always
there.
quick and shifty.
Yeah, little shifty guy. That's cool.
Kind of like a Wes Welker, but
Yeah.
maybe not quite as good.
As far as Brady, though, I mean, this when they won 24-17. Brady's stat line was like 26 of 33, like not even 200 yards. He threw a touchdown. Do you think they're good enough to really win?
Yes,
it back
I do.
To the Super Bowl?
I absolutely do because
Yeah.
every year that I think that they fall off, when they get to playoff time, Bill Belichick flips a fucking
Yeah.
switch, and then they start just routing these teams in the playoffs.
I'm in the same, but he's still getting it done. I think it's kind of reminding me of Manning's last season, though, too.
I do know this. It is very hard to go into Foxborough and win a playoff football game.
Yeah, but the Ravens today just secured a home field advantage
Throughout, yeah.
throughout. So that's
But
good.
they're going to need that if they're going to play New England. But
Exactly.
they got to make sure that they take care of their business to make sure that they get a chance to play New England.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to have to play. Who are they going to have to play? They're going to have to play the lowest seed. So 6 is going to play 3. Who's the 6th seed right now? Tennessee is going to play. Who's the 3 seed in the AFC? The Chiefs?
Could be the
I think it's the
It'll
Chiefs.
be either the Chiefs or the Texans. One of them.
Yeah. And what's KC's record? 10-4. So
it's this-
and they're up 17-0 in the third quarter. So
Yeah,
let's just say
they're
they're
gonna win.
11-4.
Yeah.
So they're gonna get the Chiefs are gonna get the 3 seed. So the Chiefs are gonna play the Titans or the Raiders most likely in the first round.
Yeah, it'll probably. Be
And
the
then it's gonna
Titans.
be the Texans and the Steelers.
Yeah, I
is
can't
the other
believe
wild
the
card team.
Steelers are gonna. I mean, that's good coaching for the Steelers.
I don't think
All
that's
those
going to be
injuries?
a close game.
No,
I think that-
the
I
wild
think that-
cards are going to get killed this year in the AFC. They're not good. It's not like the NFC. Like any NFC team, even the wild card could probably go pretty far. But I'm not very confident in the AFC wild card teams.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the Titans. I mean, the Titans are have been pretty scary recently. They lost 2 close games. The Steelers, they don't have the personnel. You know, too many injuries.
Since Seattle lost today, does San Francisco get home field advantage throughout? Or did they win their division? They might not have home field advantage throughout. They might be.
Yeah, I think it's still between the.
Well, they beat
Saints.
the Saints. They beat the Saints. So if they finish with the same record, they're going to get the bump.
I think it still depends on next week. Then it's not all set there, which is interesting. Yeah, I know the
New Orleans is going to play Carolina next week, so they're probably going to fucking finish 12-4.
Yeah, they'll probably
Or-
only have
or-
to play a half at this point.
What is their record? Are they 11-3 or are they?
I think. Yeah. No wait. What game? They lost to.
They lost to the Falcons, they lost to the 49ers, and they lost to the Rams.
Early in the year, yeah. Those are their three. Yeah, they're 11-3. Mm-hmm. Nice. San Francisco's starting to look a little
12, they're
vulnerable.
12-3.
12 okay, yeah.
Yeah,
50,
because they would be their game 16's next week.
No, this is week 16.
Or week 17 is next week.
Yeah.
So
They'll
either be 12 or 4.
15 games.
They'll either be 12-4 or 13-3.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. San Francisco, I'm starting to cool off on them, though. They've looked kind of vulnerable the past 2 weeks. They're still winning.
Yeah, but you got to understand the last 7 games they played have all been against really good opponents.
Yeah.
they're starting to get gassed a little bit
Probably, yeah, that's true. They had a tough schedule this year, really tough.
They had a tough second half schedule.
Right.
They had to play Seattle twice. Mm-hmm. They had to play the Rams. They had to play Baltimore. They had to play Green Bay.
Yeah.
They didn't. I mean, they made us look pretty bad. They had to play the Saints.
Yeah, the Saints.
They had to play the Ravens.
Yeah, every week. That's true. Yeah, but I mean that defense is starting to fall. They gave up decent amount of points yesterday too against the Rams, who I guess they can always put up points.
That guy was so far offsides. He was in the backfield when it was snapped.
Who is that? Someone, I don't know.
He didn't even break stride.
Yeah, I think we kind of talked about this yesterday when we were here alone, but do you think the Rams missed their opportunity last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when their offensive line was good. Dude, they kind of shot themselves in the foot trading away all these fucking draft picks for all these position players that didn't really pan out and get them to the promised land like they were hoping.
Mm-hmm.
What did you said it last night. They don't have a first round pick for the next 3 years.
Yep.
That's going to be tough.
That's tough, especially
you're kind of locked down. There's no reason to think after watching what they did last year, teams are starting to figure out Sean McVay now.
Exactly.
They're probably going to be 9-7 or 10-6 the next couple of years.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're going to be able to make it back to the playoffs until they get some draft picks back and start drafting offensive linemen or signing some people.
Mm-hmm. And look at their division. I mean, the 49ers and the Seahawks ain't going anywhere.
No.
They're not going there.
I think the 49ers are going to be really good next year.
Yeah, I mean, they're only going to get better. They're a young team. I mean, as long as the Seahawks have Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson, they're a threat any year. So it's going to be tough for them. I think they missed out. Last year was it. And, Gurley's not the same.
No.
He's not the same runner. Goff, I don't know. I think they're the only ones who really thought Goff was that great to pay him that kind of money. I mean,
he was really great
offense
because he had a good offensive line.
Yeah, exactly. He's not that great.
I mean, if you can stand in the pocket for 3 seconds, your offensive line's doing really good.
Yeah. How about our boy Jameis Winston? Trying to lead the league in picks.
I know that you're trying to make a joke, but I don't even want you to tell me he's my boy at all, ever, even as a joke. That guy's a fucking bum.
He's a bum. He kind of is. And I'm hearing that they're going to stick with him next year. Why?
Bruce, what are you doing?
I think
tell your GM he's got to go.
He thinks he can save him. I think Bruce Arians wants to save him. And
I see you got his. How many interceptions does he have this year? Can you look up how many interceptions Jameis Winston has this year, please?
He had another 4 today.
Another 4.
Another 4, yeah.
Dude.
That's crazy, right? How do you throw that many?
How many touchdowns did he have today?
Only 1 touchdown this time. Usually he'll at least give you 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. He did have 300+ yards, but only 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Only 1.
Who did they play today?
They played the Texans, and that was yesterday. That was yesterday on Saturday morning.
Yesterday morning?
Yeah. I missed all of those.
Because I needed Deshaun Watson to ball out to give me at least a glimmer of hope that I could come back, but he did not.
Yeah, the Texans really didn't do anyone any favors.
What you got, Daniel?
Here?
28.
28 picks.
Yeah.
How many touchdowns has he thrown? Has he thrown less touchdowns than 28?
31.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think if he throws 2 next week, then he can be the first NFL player to do 30-30. 30 touchdowns, 30 picks.
Hey,
30.
Yeah,
ESPN should do a 30 for 30 on that.
On Winston.
How fitting.
Eat a W. Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
4 turnovers. What a fucking loser. Mitchell Trubisky doesn't even turn the ball over 4 times a game.
Yeah, he at least hold on to it. But, oh, man. Yeah, the Texans didn't do anybody favors. Watson, no touchdowns and a pick. Hopkins only had 23
Were they
yards.
in the same draft class? Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, Jameis Winston? What year did Jameis Winston come on the scene?
Winston's been here like another year or 2 before.
He was?
This is 5th year, along with Mariota. And then probably the next year was Watson. Yeah.
That would have been like 2015, right? He got drafted? 2014 or 15?
Something like that. Maybe
Yeah.
14. I think 14. Yeah, so that sucks for them. How about oh yeah, we kind of talked about him, Lamar being Lamar again. What was he? They won 31-15. It was kind of close for a while, the Browns game, but then they started running away with it. He had another 3 touchdowns, another 103 rushing yards. Mark Ingram got hurt though. Non-contact injury.
Ooh.
Yeah, but they're saying it's like some kind of thigh issue that's no structural damage. So we'll see. They're going to rest their starters next week.
Oh yeah, they have no reason to play their starters. They got home. Yeah, like you said before, they have home field advantage throughout. They don't.
Well, you saw even
there's no reason to roll the dice. And who are they playing? They're playing a division opponent. It's either going to be the Steelers or the Bengals.
Yeah, and I don't know why Lamar was in for so long. They won 31-15, so there was like no chance. And Lamar was in there late, and he was limping around for a minute. I think even Mark Andrews was limping around. Like they were getting gashed up in there, and they were just leaving the starters in for a little bit too long. A little bit too long for my liking.
Well, they're not going to get to play next. Actually, they're going to have 2 weeks off now because they're going to get the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah,
so.
that's probably why. Like, you know what, guys, just finish strong.
When did the playoffs start the week after the final?
Yeah.
Of the last game is over.
Oh yeah.
After
Yep.
week 17. This guy is not going down. What a run! Did you see that?
Is that David Montgomery? He's finally.
No,
that was Cordero Patterson, wasn't it? Yeah. Nice little gadget guy.
Watch this replay.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's have a look at this.
He carried like 3 guys, like 5 yards. Somebody just kept pushing the pile. He just kept churning.
How am I hearing? Where? Oh, it is.
Yeah, he's got the thing. Oh, you thought it was playing through the headset?
Yeah, because I don't hear it like outside noise. Like I could hear your voice in both, but I don't hear the TV. So I was like, where is this coming from? The actual. Nice. What the heck else happened? Kyle Allen was not great, right? Remember, he'd been playing like crap. So they throw in Will Greer, even worse. 227-44, 3 interceptions.
In an absolute fucking ass kicking.
Yeah, that was a demolition. But even still, Jacoby Brissett for the Colts, who early in the year looked like might be able to kind of take over for Andrew Luck and run that offense. He's been really fading. 14-27, 119 yards only. I don't think he had any touchdowns.
If you can't get the ball to T.Y., you got to get the ball to T.Y. more than that.
3 for 26.
And
I don't think he's healthy.
Yeah,
yet.
he's not at
probably
100%. He's been out for a while, like 8 weeks.
Yeah, he was out, which sucked for my fantasy team. Another reason why I didn't make it. Marlon Mack came back strong, 16 for 95 and a touchdown and a touchy. I like that.
Right now, who's the favorite to win the Super Bowl? You think it's the Ravens?
Ravens, yeah.
You think we're going to have another Ravens 49ers Super Bowl?
You know what I want to? I like the Saints a little bit more. I think the Saints, they got the experience they got with Breeze and Thomas. I think the Saints come back even though they didn't make it against the Niners the first time. I'd like to see that. That'd be an entertaining one too. I don't know why I'd like to see that a little bit more than a 49ers.
Which Super Bowl would you not want to see? What's your least desired Super Bowl outcome? New England versus...
New England, no doubt. I don't want to see them. I'm over them. NFC team, probably the Vikings, just because of my hatred for Kirk Cousins.
Vikings Patriots Super Bowl, that'd be pretty fucking
that'd
lame.
be terrible. Kirk Cousins versus Tom Brady.
Yeah, I would not want to see that.
That'd be gross. Yeah, that'd be gross. No, yeah.
What if the NFC East team ends up making it to the Super Bowl somehow? I think that would be terrible.
And as of now, it looks like it's going to be the Eagles. They're going to get demolished.
They're going to host a playoff game, though.
Somebody's
going to have to go into their house and take it from them.
The Seahawks are going to go in.
Seahawks?
And they're going to freaking annihilate them.
Oh, man, that would have been a nice catch.
So in the NFC North, is it decided yet who's going to win that division between you and
if Green Bay wins tomorrow, they'll get
the
3 seed.
Okay, yeah, they clinch it. Nice.
Because they already beat the Vikings.
Right.
Actually, I think even if they lose, they still have a chance to because the Vikings are still a game behind them. Right. So, but they'll and they beat the Bears twice. They'll have to play the Lions week 17. I think that's going to be the deciding factor if it comes down to interdivisional wins because they beat the Vikings already this year.
Okay.
And I don't know. Yeah. I don't remember how the Vikings did against the Bears and the Lions.
Yeah, no.
But I'm pretty. Yeah, Green Bay hasn't lost a divisional game yet this year.
They haven't? Oh.
No, they beat the. Yeah, they beat the Lions because the only 3 teams they've lost to were the Eagles, the Chargers, and the 49ers.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Hey, there we go.
So
I don't
yeah,
mind
even
the
if they
Packers.
even if they lose tomorrow, they should.
Yeah.
We should still be the 3 seed. Now, if you lose the next week and the Vikings win, then they're going to get overtaken.
Yeah. How about let's see. Duck Hodges got benched. Rudolph got hurt, so then he went back in the game. He didn't look good though. He threw 2 interceptions. James Conner was hurt again. I still don't think Juju Smith-Schuster played, and the Steelers are still somehow going to make the playoffs. I don't think there's any way they don't at this point. Yeah, they clinched that wild
You know what
card.
though? I think there's a good chance that the team from the AFC that makes it to the Super Bowl is going to win the Super Bowl because I feel like the AFC is easier and all the teams in the NFC are just going to be duking it out, playing their hearts out against each other, and then when they get to the Super Bowl, they're going to be tired.
That's true. That's a good point. I mean, unless it's
Like how many times have you seen that before where one side of a bracket is completely stacked?
Yeah.
And then the person from the other side of the bracket that is like, yeah,
They just get
he's
torn
good.
apart. Yeah.
But he shows up and he wins just because.
Maybe that's what happened with like the Rams. I mean, I feel like they came up kind of short, and it was a tough battle to get there, right? You know, you had that Saints game.
I mean, it was no easy time for New England to get past Kansas City in the AFC Championship
Yeah,
game.
that was a tough game. That's a good point. Yeah. They demolished the Chargers.
Tom
though.
Brady took that ball in overtime. He didn't even give Mahomes a chance to get on the field.
Yeah, that's what you got to do with him.
Bill Belichick, though, he's gonna coach him up.
Hey, Derek Carr truthers are probably have a, very hard wood or something like that. He went 26 of 32, 91 yards. Only 4 incompletions, man. They won that game. Cool.
Touchdown.
Yeah, he had a touchdown. Yeah, he did have a touchdown to Hunter Third and Renfro. I love Hunter Renfro. That fool's the best. Freaking gym teacher wide receiver, man. He looks like a damn gym teacher, but he's so freaking good. Yeah, he's a great slot guy. Definitely our number one guy. He had 7 catches, 107, and a touchdown. He'd been out for a few weeks, which could be, maybe partly explain our kind of falling flat recently.
I think Hunter Renfro and me are like the same height and weight.
Really?
Yeah, that would be like me just getting out on the field and fucking catching balls.
Yeah, he's a little shorter than me. Like he's like 5'9" or something. I
Well,
think.
I was
fucking
like 5'10".
Mark
maybe
Ingram's
5'10".
only like 5'8", isn't he?
Yeah, but he's a running back, and running backs are different. And he still probably weighs like 200.
Yeah, he's probably
yeah.
most.
Running backs are always a little bit shorter. Yeah, but that was interesting. Yeah, Chargers fall flat in their last home game. Yeah, can we just call this the last Raiders home game then, since we had the crowd behind us and everything?
It is going to be. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm really excited to see what happens over the next couple of years with the Chargers franchise, because I think I don't think that they're going to fucking make anything happen when they move into the Rams Stadium with them in Inglewood.
Yeah.
They're not going to be generating enough revenue. I don't feel like LA doesn't want them there at all.
They have to reinvent themselves.
I really think that within the next 5 to 10 years, Roger Goodell is going to have a sit down with Dean Spanos. He's going to like, look, you're not making us any money. Like, we're taking this team back from you. You can't have it anymore. And at that point, I think they're going to come back down here. I think they're going to fucking start getting a new stadium built.
Yeah.
Well, SDSU's getting a new stadium.
Yeah, and in that thing for the SDSU stadium, there's it's being built to where if they did get another team, it's able to expand. Because as it is now, it's not big enough for an NFL team. But they can expand it, and if necessary, if someone's willing to front the money, it'd be nice if somebody freaking bought the Chargers, because that's the only way it's going to happen. Somebody's going to have to front the money, just like Kroenke.
Can you do me a favor, Danny? Can you look up what the top 5 biggest NFL stadiums are capacity-wise? Who has the top 5? I know that Lambeau is pretty small. Like, they said that Lambeau would never host a Super Bowl because it can only hold like 70,000. Really? And they actually just did some renovations to the bleachers and expanded it by like 10,000 within the last decade.
Oh, wow.
They put a whole another upper deck up there.
Have you seen that? Have you seen where Lambeau is? Like, well, I'm sure you have, because
I used to live by it. Yeah.
It's like in a freaking neighborhood. You're the one who showed me that, I think.
I told you about it too.
You are. Huh?
It's weird. It's like, picture you being down here in like Golden Hill or out in La Mesa or North Park, and you walk down the street and there's just a fucking football stadium there. Green Bay doesn't have a downtown. There's no big skyscrapers. We don't even have big buildings.
Really?
Like at all.
That's crazy. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. And it only has 100,000 people.
Yeah.
It's the size of El Cajon.
Wow. El Cajon. That's the size.
What do you got?
It's coming up.
It's coming up.
Who do we think the top 5 biggest stadiums are?
Dallas.
Dallas has got the AT&T Stadium. I think that's the biggest one.
Minnesota. Theirs is newer. I think Minnesota.
The Falcons just got a new stadium like 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Right. For some reason, I'm
the
going
one
to
in
go
Santa
with
Clara?
East Rutherford.
You can take off?
We're almost done. One more segment. It's only 7:19. We're good.
All right.
All right.
You want the top 10?
Sure.
Yeah.
Top 10 is NRG Stadium.
Who plays there?
That's Texans.
Yeah, Texans.
Texans. What's the capacity?
72,220.
Okay. You can just round up
Yeah.
or down.
Please.
I don't need to know all 5 digits.
Number 9 is Bank of America Stadium at 75,419.
Bank of America. I
plays
think
there?
that's in.
That's in North Carolina.
Yeah, the Carolina Panthers.
The Panthers.
Yeah.
Number 8, Sports Authority Field at Mile High. That's in Denver, Colorado.
Denver. Okay.
They don't call it Mile High anymore, huh?
I guess not.
At
I don't think that was
at
ever
Mile
the
High.
actual name. They just call it's just like a nickname.
Oh, was it?
Number 7, Arrowhead Stadium.
Nice. How many?
76,416.
You can round up.
76,000.
You can round up or down.
No, we don't have to.
Oh my god.
Number 6, Mercedes-Benz Superdome.
Nice.
Atlanta.
Louisiana.
Louisiana.
Yeah. 76,000.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Wait.
Wait, what? Mercedes-Benz.
is-
New Orleans.
I didn't know that.
Mercedes-Benz.
I didn't know that Mercedes-Benz was New Orleans. I thought Mercedes-Benz was Atlanta.
Yeah, me too.
I messed that up.
Yeah.
Atlanta's has got to be in there. It's a new stadium.
Number 5 is AT&T Stadium, 80,000.
Really? I thought that one would have been number 1.
AT&T. Where the fuck is that?
Dallas.
Oh, Dallas. Okay. Yeah.
Arlington.
Arlington. Yeah. Arlington, Texas.
Number 4 is Lambeau Field,
No way.
Really?
81,435.
Maybe it was 70,000, and then they did the 10,000 seat upgrade.
Oh,
and
yeah.
kicked it up to that. Maybe they would have a Super Bowl at Lambeau then. That'd be kind of cool in the frozen tundra.
Yeah. It's probably just not new enough for them to want to.
Yeah, it's the oldest NFL stadium by far.
Right.
Number 3 is FedEx Field with 82,000 in Landover, Maryland.
That's
Baltimore.
Baltimore, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2 is MetLife Stadium,
MetLife.
82,500.
East
I thought-
Rutherford,
yeah.
New
East
Jersey.
Rutherford, New Jersey.
The New Jersey Jets and Giants.
Yeah.
Any guesses as to what number 1 is?
Atlanta.
Yeah, Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Number 1 is the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
Oh.
The Rams.
Yeah, with a capacity of 93,607.
Interesting.
Look at that.
Yeah. All right.
So
Cool.
they
both
take the
wrong.
lead by over 10,000 people.
Wow. And they're not going to play in it next year.
Yeah.
Okay. So
What is Atlanta? How many seats did they put in that place?
You know
thought
what
for
I
sure
think
would've
it
been
is
in the top 10.
they're not. That's actually what I was seeing. The
Minnesota wasn't on there either.
the big capacity stadiums they're not building anymore. I think they're minimizing because you still have a lot of people who want to stay home and watch games. So maybe
So
they're
they
not
feel like
building
there's no
them as
need
huge.
to.
Yeah.
They'll save money.
So I think we'll end this on a little Christmas special. So I got a few things on since it's Christmas of players or coaches who represent some known Christmas characters, I guess.
Oh, you wrote them all down too.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I
okay.
wrote them all down. I ain't gonna forget.
I thought you were just going to shoot from the hip on these.
No, I don't roll like that. I don't do well that
Oh.
way. I know you do. I don't. No.
I was trying to think of people while I was reading your list, but I wasn't really paying attention because I was trying to be engaged in this conversation and
Right.
watching the TV at the same time, so I really haven't had time to put anything together. But I do like your first choice that I'm reading here
Yeah,
for Santa.
for Santa Claus. I don't think there's any doubt on Andy Reid. Come on, especially him on the Chiefs head coach. He just needs a beard, though.
He is a big man who is full of joy.
Yeah. One guy gives him a run from his money is Matt Patricia, but he's not old enough yet. He's got the beard.
Rob Ryan could be Santa with his fucking
Rob Ryan, yeah.
his
If he was
gray
still in
long
the
hair.
Yeah, if he was still in the league. How about for Frosty the Snowman?
Some fat white guy.
He's got to look kind of jolly.
Who? John Madden.
John Madden. Oh, that's a good pick. I like that. I chose Fitzmagic just because Frosty turns magic.
I'm going to stop looking at your
when he
list and
gets
I'm
on.
going to see if I can.
Yeah.
How close I can get to your
Frosty's
list.
a magical snowman. Matt Fitzpatrick works magic on the field. He's kind of jolly too, So I chose him.
What's the next category?
Next is Ghost of Christmas Past, Present, and Future.
Okay, give me yours.
Okay, so
So I
past.
can see where you went with this.
I was torn. I was torn a little bit. No, I'm just gonna go with for past Larry Fitzgerald. He's still playing, and but he's ancient.
He's a baller.
Yeah, he's still a baller. Still a baller. So I chose him.
And you just chose him because he was just a past player that you enjoyed watching that you think
Yeah, and he's still playing. So I tried to think of just older players.
Frank Gore, got to be.
Oh, Frank Gore. That's a good one. Yeah, Frank Gore.
Frank Gore's been in the league for forever.
Yeah. And the next ones I got kind of for different reasons. So of future present, I chose Saquon Barkley because he was really good last year. And then where'd he go this year? He disappeared because he got hurt. And he screwed me over in my fantasy. So I chose Saquon for Ghost of Christmas Present.
For this one, who had a really good year last year that was shit this year? Adam Thielen. I mean, you could consider he was hurt a lot too this year, though. So
yeah, that's a good.
That's
one.
not all on him.
Yeah, future
the games that he played after he complained about not getting the ball enough and Kirk Cousins started passing him the rock more.
He did well. Yeah,
he excelled.
Yeah, about a future Christmas future.
Where'd you go with this one? I
chose Kenyon Drake because he's doing really good, and I think a lot of people are going to choose him pretty high in fantasy next year and be disappointed. I think he's going to disappear next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Who's gonna fall? So you're picking someone you think is going to fall off.
Yeah, I'm picking someone.
Who do I think is going to fall off and not be as good next year? There's a part of me that really wants to say Christian McCaffrey, but I think that's going to be wrong.
That's some usage there. Yeah,
that's going to be wrong. No one has stopped him yet. If I were to take a gander at this, Chris Godwin.
Yeah. Okay. I can see that happening too.
Godwin had a really good year this year. He didn't play this week though.
Yeah, he's done. How about Scrooge?
Who'd you go with?
John Gruden, man. Look at that scowl. Scrooge. And then, in the beginning of the season, he says he's into nightmares, just ruining stuff. Like, oh, that scowl. He's Scrooge, man.
Who's just grumpy all the time?
He ruined the Chargers' Christmas too.
Richard Sherman.
Sherman? Oh, Scrooge. He's a good Scrooge. Yeah, I like him.
He looks like a Scrooge. He looks like a bulldog. He just looks like he's got resting bitch face.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Oh man, he does.
Who else?
Abominable Snowman.
Abominable.
I don't know why I went with Kelsey. Just Travis Kelsey. Big dude. Just he'll destroy you. I was tempted for Kittle.
Big
Ertz.
Dude.
Just a tight end.
I was just thinking about Zach Ertz. Yeah, as soon as you said Kelsey, I started thinking of a bunch of the other tight ends.
Yeah.
Big men. Yeah, I'm gonna.
You can go with it.
I was just gonna skip this one.
Okay.
Zach Ertz, sure.
All right. We got two more left. So we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And what with Patrick Mahomes?
Well, he sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Yeah, because Rudolph's ridiculous. He's hella cool. He saved Christmas, just like Mahomes saved the Chiefs. He's ridiculous. He sounds like Kermit the Frog. Yeah, so I went with him.
And then
Land of Forgotten Toys leader,
Josh
Rosen, man. He's just dejected. Two teams got him and benched.
Duck Hodges, Devlin.
Duck Hodges. Okay, I like that.
Fucking
I like that.
Loser.
He's terrible. He's bad. All right. Well, we're cutting this episode a little bit short. We got some stuff to do. We're gonna let everyone enjoy their Christmas.
Concerts to go to.
Yes. So until next week, y'all. Peace out.
See ya.